Hi everyone and welcome, my name is Dora and this is my 7th update to Panda's eyeshadows. I'm really quite excited about today's update because I will be rolling in 3 new shades. Also later on in the video I will be sharing my pan percentage as well as the breakdown of where I was at in each month of this year. And here is the colour story that I have been working on over the past month. I have sorted these in the order from most to least amount of uses. The top shade here is called Bitter and it comes from my Barry M Black Cherry palette. And here's the palette. At my last update I was at 20 uses and today I'm at 29 uses. And there's a teeny tiny baby pan here. I'm gonna take it. I'm very happy that this is rolling out. Yeah, I'm not going to try and expand the pan on that. The next shade here is called Mystical and it comes from my focus palette for this year, which is the Revolution Pro Regeneration Astrological palette. And here is what's left of that palette. And the shade Mystical is here and we have got pan again. It really helped, and I already said this in my last update, that there's a marble effect and whatever that other shade that is in that marble effect was is like a ton softer than the main one. So I was just able to use that to my advantage. The next shade here is just shade number 3 and it comes from my Essence palette called Welcome to Miami. Here's the palette. This was only rolled in my last update and I have used this 15 times since then. And here's what that shade is looking like today. So there's a really nice dip. And I have no idea how deep these pans are because I haven't panned in any of them yet. And they are 1.1 grams per pan. So I think it's close, but yeah. Wearing it today as my main lid shade on top of a brown metallic cream eyeshadow. I really have enjoyed wearing this. This is definitely my favorite out of the whole color story. The next shade is called Affair and it comes from this palette here, which is the Revolution Pro New Neutral Romance palette. At my last update, I was at 4 uses and today I'm at 10 total uses. And here's what that shade is looking like today. There's a really nice dip after just 10 uses. Yeah, I'm happy to continue working on this. I'm not going to veto this one for sure. I should be able to hit pan on this for the next update. And I am wearing it on my outer corner today, but then because it wasn't quite deep enough for this look, I then used the darkest shade from my side pan that palette as well, so not quite true to color. This next shade here is called Grace and it comes from my Revolution Forever Flawless Eutopia palette. Here's the palette and I've also got this in 50 Shades of Yellow Gold over on Instagram for No Pan Left Behind. Here is what this shade is looking like today. I have only got 3 uses on this and I am wearing it just to blend out my crease today. It's very powdery and creamy at the same time, so it's a nice texture, but still, I have decided that this is my veto for this month, so I will be rolling a new shade in its place from my entire collection. The last shade here is a pressed glitter called Ductile, and it comes from another Revolution Pro palette, and this one is the New Neutral Passion palette. I also rolled this in at the last update and here is what this shade is looking like. So I've only got 2 uses on this so far. I really thought that I was gonna veto this one. After I wore this for the first time, I started to get irritation on my eyelids. So I thought, although I love working on a pressed glitter and I do love purple, I thought I'm not gonna risk it. You know, I've got pans to hit. And then I thought, let me try it today just in case because it's been quite a while. So I'm wearing this today on my outer corner. I don't know if you can tell. And so far so good. I've already filmed my deck of panning update and luckily so far this has not been irritating me. I'm very happy about that because I do seem to remember that last time it was almost instant. So I don't know what that was. So I shall happily keep this one in to continue working on it. I'm now going to share my pan percentage with you. I have no idea what it is. I never know what it is until it comes to editing these videos. So I'm a little bit nervous because I know that 4 new palettes came in. Some pans have been hit, so I don't know how much it might have messed up my progress. I was having such a good streak of gradually building up my pan percentage. randomize. I've already swatched out the shades that are staying in this project for at least 1 more month, and I have got 474 eligible shades. I'm now going to randomize 2 from my entire collection, and then I'm going to randomize 1 from this focus palette. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, and then I need to have like a little chat with you about the focus palette. But yeah, we'll get to it. Okay, let's kick off. 56 and 245. All right, let's take a look. 56. All right. Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, and the shade is called Haze. Maybe you know what it is. I don't quite know yet. And then 245, that comes from the Revolution Pro New Neutral Romance palette, and the name of the shade is Muse. I think it's a reddish brown matte. Let's start with this one because I've got it right here. Hang on a minute. I've got the raw no more than 1 shade per palette, and since I'm working on a fair, this one here in this palette, I'm gonna re-roll. But yeah, I was right. It would have been this shade here. Pretty. I do like it. Let's randomize again. 48. That could be Huda Beauty again. I'm pretty sure it is. No. Oh my gosh, what's going on? It's another shade from this palette, and this would have been shade 7. Oh, so upset. It would have been this shade here, which is literally like my second favorite after this one. That's a bit upsetting. So yeah, really, really pretty pink shimmer. Oh, damn it. Why did I make that roll? 119, okay. I think I know this one. Okay, Revolution Forever Flawless Constellation palette, and the name of the shade is Universal. I think it's a brown matte. Here's the palette, and Universal is this shade here. I had it in Pando's eyeshadows before, but last year for 15 uses. It hasn't even got a dip in there. I know that these mattes are super hard to hit pan on. So I know for a fact I'm gonna veto it, probably next month. But then again, as long as I get some use out of it, and it might be somewhat helpful. It's like a little bit purple in there as well, like more like a burgundy brown matte. Yeah, all right, fine. I'm gonna stick with that. It doesn't clash with my Pan That palette either. All right, and now Mercury Retrograde Huda Beauty Haze. Oh, it's a good one. Okay, a matte, which is gonna be hard, but, and first time I'm swatching this, it's that minty shade, so I'm really happy. All right. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, it's not that summery, but I think that's okay. I'm quite excited about this color story, I do have to say. I think these top 2, maybe 3, could be rollouts for next time. And then I'll definitely veto one of them, probably that one, and continue working on this one. We shall see. It's still written in the stars. I totally forgot to roll in a shade from this palette here, and I've washed off the color story already. But yeah, there are 9 eligible shades left in here, so I'm just gonna randomize, and whatever it is, I'm gonna just go with it. So let's see. Shade number 7. Okay. 1, 2, this one's got pan. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sci-Fi. Here's what that looks like. And this is what that looks like swatched. Okay, I'm gonna try and hit pan in that. I've had this in here before. Out of all the ones left in here, this is actually the lowest, or the one with the most dip. So I guess that's lucky in some sense. And yeah, I know I kind of promised like a little chat about this palette. I'm just like really not feeling this one anymore. So I kind of wanted to ask you on your thoughts and ideas. So this is obviously my focus palette for this whole year, and I know for a fact I'm gonna declutter it and put it in the makeup recycling bin at the end of the year, or 1st of January, whatever, you get it. Part of me kind of like wants to chuck it now, just because I'm really not into this sort of warm, shimmery color story lately. And I mean, considering that this has been my focus palette, so one shade from this palette has always been in here, I've only managed to hit within this project 2 pans so far, Mystical and Apocalyptic here. And I've also worked on Sci-Fi and Exoplanet before and then switched them out. So I'm really not sure. What do you think? Should I declutter it now? Should I persevere and try to just show it some love before I, you know, release it? And then if I do get rid of it early, should I bring my color story down to 5 shades, or should I just go to 6 shades, but from my entire collection? And if I declutter it, is there anything I should or could be doing with these shades? You know, some repressing, maybe some frankening. Yeah, what are your thoughts? I'd love to know. And then I will have a decision on this palette for my next update. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care, bye.